Three, two, one.
Hello guys! So, today I'm gonna be sort of doing a part 2 to the last video I did. So instead of top 10 least favorite characters in The Bold and the Beautiful, I'm gonna be doing my top 10 favorite characters. I was supposed to do this days ago, by the way, but I got busy and lazy, not gonna lie. But I feel like it's nice to post on the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July everyone, by the way. And also America's 250th birthday. Anyway, let's get into the video. Because I know some of you watching are probably not American anyway. I don't know. I don't know if I can check that. Anyway, I need to focus. It is way too late for this. It's 11 o'clock at night. Number 10, Bridget Forrester. I've never really had too many problems with Bridget. I feel like she deserved a lot better. Her mother put her through a lot. And maybe it's because Bridget isn't really in the show that much, so she's more likable. Because they can't do a lot of drama with her, I guess. But I've always really liked her character, I guess. Obviously, I have had a few issues with her, especially how she treated Agnes, which was her surrogate, after finding out the truth. This was back 2010, I want to say. She bugged me then. And there's been a few other moments, but for the most part, I like her. 9, Jackie Maroney. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've watched every episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. I have not by a long shot. And when it comes to the 2000s episodes, all those years, I've seen a good amount, I feel like, especially in 2008. I went on a binge watching thing on YouTube, but Jackie, I've always loved her. I don't know why. And obviously, since I haven't seen every episode, I'm not gonna know every single bad thing she's done, so maybe that helps because I've seen a good amount of her good moments. But she was a character I often felt bad for in certain parts of the show. I've always liked her. I haven't really had a problem with her, except for her coming across a bit manipulative, she wants to push her son to, wreck relationships and stuff. I'm talking about how she wanted Nick, her son, to crash Taylor and Thorne's wedding, but Allie already did that job. Which, ironically, number 8 actually happens to be Allie Forrester. Now, I loved Allie so much, but you don't understand. Because, she had genuine morals, I feel like, before she lost her mind. And I blame that on psychological issues, not really. It wasn't really her. But, was she a bit much at times? Did she rage a bit? And by a bit, I mean a lot. Yes. Did I have a problem with it most of the time? No, because usually she was right. She was right most of the time about things being wrong. And her issues with Taylor, very valid in my opinion. She has the right to feel the way she does, and I really didn't appreciate everyone trying to push her to forgive Taylor. Especially when she was a child. When she was a teenager or an adult, whatever she was in the late seasons she was in, that's different. But when she was a child, like 4 years old, and they were all pressuring her to forgive Taylor even though she had just found out Taylor was responsible for her mother dying. That was really messed up, and I really didn't like how the adults, like, expected that of her. Like, she had really valid feelings, and I think that's the main reason why I love Allie, is because I genuinely felt so bad for her throughout the whole show. Like, obviously, her going after Steffi the way she did in those last few episodes she was alive, that was insane. She lost her mind for sure, but I do feel like if she had survived, Thorne would have been able to get her some help. That's what he was planning on doing. And I've always had a problem with them killing her off, because I think she could have been an amazing character. She already was, in my opinion. Like, obviously she had her issues, but I've always loved her. And we're going to be going to another Forrester that has died for number 7, and that is Phoebe Forrester again. Haven't seen too many episodes she's been in, but every single one I've seen, I've liked her. Except for her last one. Because, like, obviously she caused the car accident. And as much as I don't like Rick, I don't think he should have been blamed for that. But, of course, Rich did. So, Phoebe, she was good. I liked her. And I feel like, I don't know, the show sort of shifted when Phoebe passed. And I feel like Phoebe's passing is what caused Steffi to become so insufferable. I think that's what drove her in 2010. And obviously, it's a lot of different things now. But, like, back then, when Steffi would do, like, bad manipulative stuff, it was easier to feel bad for her because of Phoebe. And I've just never had an issue with Phoebe. And I also love how she called out Taylor for wanting to get back with Ridge after just being with Rick, which was Phoebe's ex-boyfriend. That was in her last few episodes too, because I feel like Phoebe yet is another one of those characters that was actually calling things out. Allie did that a lot, and Phoebe would sometimes too. Anyways, number 6, Deacon Sharp. I really have not been a big fan of him lately, because he decided to be with Taylor and cheat on his wife. Because I loved him and Sheila together. Him being with Sheila made me like him more, but if I had to pick who I liked him better with, out of anyone he's been with in the entire show, I have to go with him and Quinn. I just feel like he was such a good match with her. And he literally saved her life. When Bill was trying to convince her to off herself, Deacon was the one who talked her off that ledge, literally. And I feel like, yes, he was a bit of a douchebag in the earlier seasons he was in, especially what he did to Bridget. But he got better as time goes on, and I feel like he has such real character development, maybe the best in the entire show. And I really can't hate him now, even after what he did, because Sheila did lie to him, and it's crazy, so he should have just broke up with her. I'm just saying that. That's what you should do. Sorry if I'm slurring a bit, like, late at night, I tend to be able to talk less, and I had to socialize today, so my voice is a little bit worn out. 5, Shauna Fulton. I didn't really care for her when she was keeping the secret about Beth. And she was trying to get Flo to keep quiet even more. It's just, that bugged me. But afterwards, seeing her relationship with Quinn, you know, and most of all her relationship with Ridge, she grew on me. She stood up to Brooke. And yet she still was trying to put Ridge's happiness first. I really did end up liking her character quite a bit. She was a ride or die friend for Quinn. She really did love Ridge, and I feel like Shauna and Ridge are a lot better of a couple than Brooke and Ridge are. And Taylor and Ridge too. There, I said it. That's just my opinion. And really, there's not much to say about her. I just love her so much. Number 4 is a newer character, Daphne Rose. Loved her from the start. I know she was trying to stop the coup that I was rooting for, but her and Carter. I love her and Carter so much. I love her character. She knows right from wrong. She's there for everyone. I just love her a lot. And I really hope they keep her. I don't know if she's left again. Like, I don't know. Because I haven't watched the show in a while. I hope she didn't. And if she does, she comes back again. Because, like, love her character. Okay, we're getting into the top 3 now. Number 3, Katie Logan. I've always been a fan of her. Especially now. Like, my goodness, her standing up to the Foresters. I have seen clips. Okay, so I know that Logan ended up being a success, you know. Love it. Also, in my opinion, Katie was the best out of the Logan sisters. Like, you got Donna, Brooke, and Katie. Katie's always been my favorite and the only one I can actually tolerate, Donna. She drives me crazy. And Brooke, I absolutely hate Brooke. I don't know. I feel like Katie's always been the smarter one. I like her relationship with Bill. Like, I'm glad that it took years for them to get back together because, like, Bill needed to prove himself. Damn it. Like, Katie deserves the man Bill is now rather than the one he was. Anyways, I haven't really had that any problems with Katie. I mean, I'm sure I could figure out a few. Because, like, she's a big character. Of course she had to have done stuff. The main issue is her being nosy and, like, walking into houses without knocking or anything. But that's all I can think of right now. Number 2, Hope Logan. I am Team Hope all the way. Now, I will admit, I had legitimate issues with Hope back in, like, 2023. Like, obviously, kissing Thomas in Rome when she's married to Liam, because I love Hope and Liam together, and I don't like Thomas. And she shouldn't be doing that. And also, the stuff after, like, developing Whoa, my... Why can I not talk right now? Developing feelings for Finn, not Carter. At least, not yet. Honestly, how real were those anyway? Obviously, I had issues with her then, but that was just a phase. You know, I really can't name too many other times that Hope has bothered me, because I think that she's great, and I think that the Foresters treated her terribly, and I'm so glad she found a good place at Logan. I hope she stays there. She deserves so much better than Forrester. Anyways, number 1, Quinn Fuller. Love her so much. Like, yes, she was insane, but I love the insane characters, though. They're exciting. Honestly, she was a ride or die for the people she cared about. Her manipulation skills were great. She was a master manipulator. She put Brooke in her place, which we love that here. I feel like she put everyone in their place. Love her friendship with Shauna. I liked her relationship with Eric, but I loved her relationship with Carter. See, but I love him and Daphne now, but, like, the only person I would want with Carter more than Daphne, and this is a big thing, like a big deal, is Quinn. I loved their chemistry, loved their whole relationship, hate how suddenly it ended. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, did you really have to end it like that? I know Raina left the show, but you could have done something else. Could have said said she was on business. She could have been at Carter's loft and he could talk at the office about a date they had or something. But no. Just had her abandon him. I can't even. Way to do her character dirty. I've just loved her through everything. Even after everything she did. And I'm actually really sad she's no longer a part of the show. But I do understand Raina Sofer needing a break, so. And having to leave and wanting to focus on other things. And sadly, I do not think she would come back. It just doesn't seem like that. But, you know, that hope will always be there. But, like, they can't change Gwen. Like, just keep her gone. Keep her character gone. Do not replace her with someone else. Like a different actress. Like, do not. No one else can do it like Raina Sofer can. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you all eventually. Bye, guys.